Welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Captures here, and in today's video we're going to go through everything we're able to find out about the brand new Pokemon Snap game coming out in 2021. Okay, so here's everything we know so far going off what the trailer is. We know the game will be released in 2021 for the Nintendo Switch. Now, we also know that the game is not a remake, it is a brand new game. However, it could be in a very similar region, or even the same region as the original Pokemon Snap game. Now, there are some things that lead me to believe that may be the case, as there are a lot of similar levels, like the beach level, for instance. There's a jungle level as well. The footage all could be from one map as well. We don't know if it is going to be multiple different maps or it was just the one showcased. The objective of the original game was to take photos of a Pokemon and create a new photo dex, which will be similar to what the original Snap game was like. There are some popular mechanisms of the original that will be returning. The ability to throw apples to bring Pokemon closer and get better photos. I also believe that Pestaballs in the original games could possibly be making a return as well. Now, the reason I do say that is if you have a look here, where you can see the Blastoise in the below image, it looks like he's fallen back or possibly even fainted to get that photo. So, Pestaballs will probably be making a return, I believe. Also, it was one of the key parts to the original game as well, so I do think it would probably make a return. We are possibly going to be revisiting some of the original maps with a new twist. The beach scene in this trailer looks very familiar to the original beach map in Pokemon Snap. It could possibly be the same island, maybe that it's 20 years later, or maybe it's in a different spot on the same location. It's not going to be free roam, which is really disappointing. I was really hoping that it was going to be a free roam game, one where you can kind of just roam around taking photos of Pokemon. It does look like you will be secluded to a path, similar to what the original games were like. Now, the one positive that did come out of it, with this holographic track, it does look like there possibly could be more than one track per map, so you might be able to have the option of maybe going left or going right, or maybe going up and going down, going into a cave and exploring that side, or going above the cave and exploring a hill or something like that. We know that it features Pokemon from Gens 1 to 8, loads more Pokemon than the original games by the looks of it, which is absolutely brilliant. The original Pokemon Snap game only gave us about 63 Pokemon. The trailer alone features at least 36 species of Pokemon, so it looks like we will be getting a lot more Pokemon. Now, again, this could definitely be only from one map, and if we're getting more than 36 Pokemon per map, and hopefully the game itself is longer, that will be really good, and I'd say there would be a fair few loads of Pokemon to actually take photos of. In-game events, similar to the original old Pokemon games, are going to be around again by the looks of it. If you have a look closely, you can see two different images on the screen now. You've got Pidgeot eating the Magikarp, which is very similar to a few events that you could get in the original Pokemon Snap game. And the other one as well is Scorbunny and Pichu sitting on top of the Torterra. Now, we do see the Pichu and Scorbunny together earlier, so I reckon this might be one of the cases where you either use like apples or a Pestiball against them and they maybe roll off and fall on top of the Torterra, similar to what Meowth did in the original beach level of the first game. Another really cool feature that we've discovered is that it does look like you can revisit the same levels during day and night, and different Pokemon will appear depending on the time of the day. Now, we don't know if this is obviously going to be one of those things where it has to work off real time, where you have to wait until night time to get night photos, or it could just be a possible in-game option where you can have the beach level, for instance, with a daytime or a nighttime choice. The other thing I noticed as well is it is a different main protagonist. We're not Todd Snap in this game like we were in the original franchise. We do run a very similar vehicle to the original games though, so we know that with the original vehicle it used to have wheels as well as float with jet boosters. Now the jet boosters look very similar to what's shown in the trailer. Now the vehicle itself does look very close and very similar too, so I dare say that it's going to be a very similar vehicle, if not the exact same, with the similar options that we could potentially go through. Now, there could potentially be a tease to an underwater map. Now, something that has never been featured in a Pokemon Snap game is an underwater level, which would be really cool and different. Now, we do know that obviously back in 1999 and in the original Pokemon Red and Blue games, and even in Gold and Silver, we were unable to dive or go underwater. However, as of Gen 3, that changed, and we can now use the HM Dive and go underwater. So that's definitely looks to be an underwater map. As you can see on the screen now, there's bubbles floating, so that makes me kind of think that we're obviously underwater, because you wouldn't see really bubbles in the air as such unless someone's blowing bubbles. So I do think that this one is probably going to be an underwater level, which is really cool. Last thing I'll mention is the blue shiny marker at the far back of the below image. Now this could potentially signal the end of a run, or possibly a random event. It's not the first, if you look at the first scene, it actually isn't there. So if you have a look at the first scene, and I'll put them on the screen now, you can see that there's no blue shiny marker at the very back, whereas in the other image, there is a blue shiny marker at the far back. Now this could potentially signal, like I said, the end of a run, or possibly even a random event, which would be really cool, because yeah, as I said, it's not in the first scene, but it is in the second. So that's all we know at the moment from Pokemon Snap, and looking forward to it. We'll be posting more content in regards to this. You'll be able to check out every confirmed Pokemon in Pokemon Snap so far in my next video, which will hopefully be uploaded shortly too. So thank you guys for watching, and peace out.